In this video, we are going to discuss about the classification of biomedical sensors. By the end of this unit, students will be able to understand the concepts of biomedical sensors and they can able to classify the different types of biomedical sensors based on their applications, and also they can explain the role of the sensors in biomedical research as well as the patient care applications also. Next, we can see the introduction to biomedical sensor. What is actually a biomedical sensor? A biomedical sensor is a device which we are using for detecting as well as measuring the biological signals or some physical changes in the human body. So any instrumentation may consist of these three important components. In a biomedical device, if we see any of the instrumentation systems, it will contain the major three components, that is sensor, signal processor, display or storage device. So among this sensor, and the sensor is the most important concern that we are using as an interface between the human body as well as the electronic instrument. So in the case of the biomedical instrumentation, sensors will help in converting the biological parameters such as temperature, pressure, ECG signals and oxygen levels, which will convert the electrical signals that can be easily measured and also analyzed. So this biomedical sensors plays a vital role in diagnosis, monitoring and treatment of patients. And the major important concerns are, there are several important concerns while designing and using this biomedical sensor. The first concern is that the sensor should not affect the biological system. The sensor must be designed carefully so that its presence will not disturb or change the parameter that we are measuring in it. And the second concern is nothing that is a biological system that affects the sensor. So when a sensor is placed inside the body must react against it. So this we call it as foreign body reaction. So this reaction may actually damage the sensor material and also reduces its performance. So the sensor material should be biocompatible and also stable. And another important concern is the calibration. Important sensors which we are placing inside the body cannot be run frequently for calibration. So the major thing we have to keep it in our mind is biomedical sensors should have stable characteristics and also long time accuracy also. Next is the classification of biomedical sensors. So biomedical sensors are classified based on how they interact with the body. First type is non-invasive sensors. These sensor does not actually enter the body, and sometimes they do not touch the body directly also. So for example, we can include the infrared temperature sensors, skin thermometers, ECG electrodes as well as the strain gauges. And the second type is indwelling, or we call it as minimally invasive sensors. So these sensors actually placed inside the natural body cavities that are connected to the outside environment. So examples are oral thermometers, rectal thermometers, stomach pH sensors and also uterine pressure transducers. The third type is the invasive sensors. So these sensors are surgically inserted into the body, and also it may cause tissue damage during installation also. For example, implanted pressure sensors and internal monitoring devices. So these biomedical sensors are selected based on the medical requirement and the level of invasiveness only. And this is the types of sensors. So physical, chemical and bioanalytical sensors. So in case of biomedical sensors are actually classified based on the parameter where they are measuring. So the first category is the physical sensors. So these sensors measures the physical quantities such as displacement, pressure, temperature and flow. And second category is the chemical sensors. So these sensors will measure the chemical concentration inside the body such as pH, oxygen concentration or glucose level. And the third category is the bioanalytical sensors or biosensor. So these sensors measure the biological substances like enzymes and biomolecules. In case of bioanalytical sensors, this works only based on the biochemical reaction. like enzyme and substrate reaction or antigen and antibody reactions. So these sensors are widely used in the disease diagnosis as well as for analyzing in the laboratory purposes. And next is the biomedical sensors. So biomedical sensors have many important applications in healthcare and biomedical engineering. First application is the biomedical research. So sensors are used continuously in the research to study the biological systems and improve the biomedical products and medical technologies. The second application is patient care. So biomedical sensors are widely used in the hospitals and healthcare systems for monitoring the patients, so they can able to measure the important physiological parameters such as pressure, temperature, oxygen saturation and ECG levels. These measurements will help the doctor in diagnosing, monitoring and also the treatment of patients also. So these are the essential tools in modern healthcare systems. And to conclude this, biomedical sensors are most important devices that help in measuring and monitoring the physiological parameters. Also, they are classified based on the invasiveness and function. Biomedical sensors are widely used in research purposes, diagnosis, and patient care applications also.